Hello, everybody. This is Bojie here with Bay Area Real Estate, selling Bay Area real estate forever. Today, I want to talk to you guys about everybody's favorite subject when it comes to real estate, and this is the property itself. Why is this everybody's favorite topics? Well, if you're looking to buy a home, you're looking at the condition of the home. If you're looking to sell your home, the first thing you want to talk to your agents about is also the condition of the home. So today, I want to show you guys when I go look at a home, what are the things that I look for in order to try to discover any hidden issues about the property before taking it to the professional inspectors. And I believe this will help you if you are a first-time home buyer who's actively looking at properties and you want to know more about what to look out for and what to avoid when it comes to the possibility of buying a bad house. I believe this video will be very, very educational. So let's get into it. So look, before I go, you know, you look at a property like this, I'm just showing you a bunch of photos. Okay, so these are a bunch of photos of a property that's looking good. It looks like they are staged and they're done with professional photos. And through the photos you can see this property, um it's got some old kitchen appliances, and it's got hardwood, and it looks pretty nice and clean. It's not the most up to date, but it looks pretty nice. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna physically go over uh, to see this property, and then I'm gonna also show you while I'm at the property what are the things that I can discover and things that you probably won't be able to see just by looking at the photos. So let's get started. All right, we're here, at the outside of the house. Let's take a quick look. All right. Well, I mean, let's see. From the look of the exterior, I always want to start with the exteriors. It looks like this house, like on this side of the home, it's been some remodeling done, some expansions, like, that extra little roof right there. I could tell like this is a bedroom that they've probably added some extra square footage. So let's go take a look at the inside of the house. Let's see. Let's go open up. Okay. Right. Well, this is the living room, and feels a little cold today. This is the sunroom. So let me just first go take a look at the outside of the house through the sunroom. Okay. Now, a lot of people would wonder, like, is this sunroom built with permits? From what I can tell, it probably is not. One thing I can tell is, like, you just look at this part of the, this part of the step, and it's kind of going down like this. Kind of goes down like this. If I can pull it out, that could potentially be a trip hazard, and I don't think the final inspection, if they ever had one, it's gonna pass that. So anyways, so let's come through to the back. Let's see if I can get this thing open. So this is the back of the house, and a couple of things. Well, I'm against the sunlight, but look, see if I can see this. See, like, this part of the roof is kind of too flat. Okay, so again, I think 90% is not permitted. It should have been more like slope, like so, if you know what I mean. And
This is a crawl space foundation. You can see these are the vent. And the biggest problem right now that I see is that it's the grading. One red flag that I'm seeing is like, see, like this part of the concrete floor are done recently, and this is the original floor, and these concrete floor, I already start to see like cracks right here, and like for floor like this size, you know, there should have been a lot more like divide. There should have been one maybe like right here. They should have cut it more into smaller. So, but I kind of feel like this concrete floor has been laid out poorly. But the biggest problem is the vent. The vent and the floor has almost no distance. And this is gonna cause, you know, when it starts to rain, this is a bad grading. So when it starts to rain, the water starts to accumulate, and it is going to get into the foundation of the property through these vents. That's not good for the house. So this part needs to be redone, the grading. That would be my biggest red flag. So let me just see. You see what I mean here? Like the vent and the ground, there's like at least like what, 4 or 5 inches of space. That is good. You see, like right here, the vent and the soil, there's like a good distance, but from right here there is no distance at all. So the water can be going into the house, going into the foundation, causing problems. So this will be so far the biggest red flag that I have seen. And let's go back into the house and take a look at the interior. Let's see. Now these are really old floors, and like these part of the floor, it looks like it was once water damaged. Like if you look at this part, it looks like the wood had been soaked in the water before. Let me also take a look at the other side of the house. I forgot to look. You know, the other side of the exterior. Let's see. One thing to know about stucco siding is that there should be a little gap between the stucco and the ground. You know, what they have right now is below grade. There should be at least a few inches between the stucco and the ground, and this is again to you know, prevent the moist from trapping inside the exterior coating of the wall. And you know, it's very important. Otherwise, over time, it could damage the stucco. It could come out. It could cause the stucco to crumble. So that would be another thing about this house. So they may have to reinstall the siding, you know, for the space. But the floor, it looks like, I mean, if I were to buy a house, I would look at the foundation, because obviously I felt like, you know, the bad grading that we just talked about outside, and and I see some evidence of the floor having water damage. I would look at whether the foundation has already had water damage or not. And then if you look at the interior of the house, well, let's turn on the light. Okay, this is a small 3-bedroom or a 4-bedroom? 4-bedroom. Yeah, so, and this is gonna be where, let's see. Okay, so the water heater and furnace. So obviously, based on today's code, the furnace and the water heater should be above the ground, but in this case, they're not. So this is another thing that's not code compliant. So it needs to be elevated off the ground. And that's the 3rd bedroom. Okay. And the 4th bedroom would be Now this is a bedroom that I was standing outside thinking that you know they could have done some expansions, and yep. So anyway, this bedroom still has the original carpet, which is okay. And what's up? So, okay, well, so that's the kitchen. All right, take a quick look at the kitchen. Okay. Well, I say the kitchen is what it is small, and it's just a simple little kitchen. So the overall impression of this home is that, look at the wall, look at the paint job. To me, I felt like whatever being done recently on the home, they were being done cheaply. And I mean, when was the last time you see a baseboard on the door? It's yeah, see like all these paint jobs. Like these are they're not done. They're not done with good handwork. Look at all these like it's just not looking good. And the kitchen has like look at this part of the baseboard. I mean, when they put this thing together, that was not done well. So overall, my feeling of my experience of this home is that it looks cheap. Because the work being done here, it's cheap. Of course, none of these are. And another thing is like these like outlets. These outlets are too close to the ground. It should have been like around, like about this height. But I mean, these are smaller problems. The biggest problem that I do see will be the grading outside and the potential water damage in the foundation. So, yeah, overall, I think this property, like, look at the paint. At least they could have had a better touch-up job. Well, overall, if you tell me what I think about this property, number one, the location is great. This is Mission, San Jose, Fremont. This is probably the best place in the Fremont city, and perhaps one of the best neighborhood in the whole Bay Area. And I know like a lot of these homes here are selling more than $2 million. So this one is asking for 1.9. But overall, I see the biggest potential issue of this house that I'm sure a lot of buyers are thinking will be like the grading outside of the property that you just saw. And it's potentially having costing the future buyer an unknown amount of money, because you don't know what the foundation condition is. And there's like some major work to be done to redo the grading and probably reinstall the stucco exterior siding. And so I think those will be the main problem. And the sunroom, I mean, it's not done with permit, and it's not nicely done either. And so these will be the three main things that I'm sure buyers are gonna be noticing. And then the overall, look and feel of the property, it just makes it feel like it's done cheap. So, most of the buyers are looking to buy and move into Mission San Jose. I'm pretty sure like, a lot of them have money, and they will spend some more money to, remodel the house to make it look nicer to them. So when they're looking to buy a home for this price, they're also thinking like how much more money I have to spend on remodeling. And because of some of these things, and also if you're marketing it to people that are willing to spend $2 million to move into a neighborhood like this, you want them to feel that you're not cutting corner, when you're putting a product such as this house together. But a lot of buyers are gonna feel like the seller is cutting corner a little bit because of all these like cheap paint jobs and things not being put together with skills. it kind of creates that cheap feelings among buyers. But I think the biggest issue that buyers are gonna have about this home is the items that I just mentioned about, and because of that, they're gonna start running their numbers, and then when they start adding things up, I'm pretty sure a lot of them are gonna want a lowball offer on this property. So yeah, so my suggestion, if I were to buy this house, I would first look into the foundation. I will have a foundation specialist. I'll first look at an inspection report, of course. I haven't read it. Maybe they already have the foundation report on. Maybe they don't. But that'll be the first thing I look at to see if there's any existing foundation problems. And then whoever buys this property knows that it's at best to reinstall the siding and then redo the grading. You either redo the grading, that might cost you $7,000-8,000, or just build a junior ADU. That if you have some extra money, you can do that. That would also take care of the bad grading problem. So overall, I think that would be the main issue of this house. Other than that, I mean, knowing what you're getting yourself into, and it's a good neighborhood, but my conclusion is that the price is a little high. All right, I'll move on to the next house.